How's it going, everybody? This is Ted from Stone Senate, the QCG Barbarian Army, and this is my new CMG Guitars Ashlee Custom Gypsy Signature Model guitar. Now, some of you know, if you've followed me for the last few years of my career, that just a few years ago I switched to Devil Cat amps out of Statesboro, Georgia. Just great company. Chris and Ashley Mitchell, great bunch of people down there. Well, they also make guitars. And last year at Summer NAMM, myself, my wife Gypsy Rosehill, and QCG drummer Bob Henry, we did some little bit of impromptu performance up at Summer NAMM at the Devil Cat booth. And when we got through on the last day, Chris Mitchell, the owner of CMG Guitars and Devil Cat amps, walked over to me and he said, you know, he said, we really ought to do a Gypsy signature guitar for you. He said, in honor of what your wife has done for preserving the Gypsy memory, how she's inspired music with that, and how you've taken that and made music of your own with it. Well, I knew Chris made great guitars. His standard model guitars are just fabulous guitars. I played them. I actually played one there at Summer NAMM. But to have a guitar that was completely my own signature model, exactly the way I wanted it, what guitar player could say no to that? And of course I didn't say no. So I went to the factory, spent a day with Chris and the guys there at CMG Guitars, speccing out the guitar, talking about the things I wanted, and talking about some things that Chris knew about making guitars that I would not know. So this is what we came up with. As I said, this is an Ashlee Custom. It's my signature model. So technically you can't get one exactly like this, but I'm fixing to tell you everything that's in the guitar, so I guess you could order one like this. So first and foremost, everybody that plays guitars that are this kind of model, and we all know what this is, most of those guitars have a mahogany back and a maple top. Hard to beat that combination. There's just been so much great music come out of that guitar for decades, be it rock and roll or country or blues or anything you can think of. And that wood combination was what I had originally intended for this guitar to be. Well, when I talked to Chris, he said, you know, he said, getting really good mahogany, he said, that's getting really hard to do. And he said a few years ago, he said, I came across this wood called Red Grandis. When I researched it, Red Grandis is a type of eucalyptus. And he told me, he said, I've had really good results with this. So I played Chris's guitars and I told him, I said, well, Chris, I said, I trust you. I said, if you think that's the right deal, I said, let's do it. And I'm glad I did. And here's why. This wood, eucalyptus, has all of that same low-end clarity and warmth that mahogany has and more. And that's really saying a lot. Notes off of this guitar, they have all of those same qualities, but they have an even more organic quality. It's just like they really jump out of this guitar, and it has just such a fabulous low end and sustain to it. That was one of the first things I noticed when I picked the guitar up and played it, was it just has an amazing low end to this. So I'm real happy that Chris turned me on to this particular combination. So eucalyptus back, flame maple cap. This is an oil finish maple neck. no paint of any kind, which I like them that way. They just play better to me. An ebony fretboard, which one thing I've learned through the years is fretboards are kind of overlooked to me when it comes to tone. And ebony gives notes a really nice clarity that sit really well coming out of a guitar. This guitar has Jescar Evo gold frets in it. This is jumbo wire. First guitar I've ever had with jumbo frets in it, and I absolutely love them. You can just take a note and just so easy to bend a note. They sustain and just hold on forever, it seems like. And when Chris got my guitar done, he called me and he said, boy, he said, I really, really like the fret wire you decided to put in there. One cool thing about this fret wire is it's not going to wear out like traditional fret wire can do. You're not going to get those uneven spots on the frets, and it plays really well. For a luthier, and this is coming from Chris, this wire is a little easier to work with than the stainless steel. So I can imagine in building a guitar, that would be the best of all worlds. You get the durability of a stainless steel and the workability of a wire that's got a little more forgiving nature to it. Graphtec hardware. Got a Graphtec bridge, Tusk top nut, Graphtec radius tuners, and if you can see, those are locking tuners. I'll never own another electric guitar without locking tuners on it. With Stone Senate and with QCG, I play in so many environments and so many different places that I've got to know that this guitar is going to stay in tune, and these tuners make that a whole lot less of a gamble for me, and I absolutely love them. Switchcraft jacks in it, 500K volume and tone. The tone knob doubles as a coil tap, which brings me to the pickups, and these are BG pickups. They're my Gypsy signature custom line pickups, made by Brian Guncher in Colorado, and I'm going to do a video that goes really into depth on these pickups a little bit later. What I will say is they're just great pickups. The first thing Chris said to me when he called, when he got my guitar ready, he said, those pickups are just amazing. He said they are fabulous. He said, especially in a coil tap mode. And we'll go into that in another video, but last but not least about this guitar is this color scheme. For this guitar, because of what it was inspired by and who it's inspired by, both my wife and the Queen of the Gypsies, Kelly Mitchell, we wanted something really special. So we came up with an emerald burst. This, as I understand it, will be a color that they offer on all of the CMG guitars if you want it from now on. This is called Gypsy Queen Green. We also did a green binding on this, but instead of using like a plastic binding that you can see on some things, we took a natural wood binding, and Chris and his guys just kind of put a nice green stain with that, and it just turned out amazing. Just fabulous. And I'm so tickled with this guitar. And I don't know if you can see there on the headstock, well, you probably can't, but truss rod, got Gypsy on it, matching inlays to the paint job, and I'm just tickled with this guitar. It's everything that I ever wanted in a guitar. For all of you guys out there that maybe have ever wanted a custom guitar but you thought it was out of your range, think again. Chris Mitchell, they're in Statesboro, Georgia, CMG Guitars. Give him a call, and I guarantee you, you tell him exactly what you want, and when he comes back with your bill sheet and the price, you will be well pleased. This guitar is every bit as nice as guitars that cost 5 to 10 times more. It's an all American made guitar. You can get it exactly like you want it. Chris is going to back you up for the life of this guitar. So give him a call, check out CMG Guitars, and check out Stone Senate and QCG too while you're at it. And thank you for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it and as much as I enjoy playing this guitar. Y'all keep rocking.